Saturday, April 11, 2026 was day one of our Natchez Trace Parkway adventure. We first drove to Rocky Springs, Mississippi, where the camping at this campground was free, but there are no hookups. We had lunch in our camper and began exploring. The Natchez Trace Parkway leads you 444 miles through 3 states and 10,000 years of history. The natural travel corridor bisected the traditional homelands of the Natchez, Chickasaw, and Choctaw nations. As the United States expanded westward in the late 1700s and early 1800s, growing numbers of travelers tramped the rough trail into a clearly marked path. Most travelers were anonymous working people. In the early 1800s through the mid-1820s, cane tucks from the Ohio River Valley floated cash crops, livestock, and other materials down the Mississippi River on wooden flatboats. At Natchez or New Orleans, they sold their goods, sold their boats for lumber, and walked or rode horseback home via the Old Trace. Our first stop was the Emerald Indian Mound. It is an 8-acre mound constructed between 1200 and 1650. It is the second largest temple mound in the United States. Here, Gordon is standing in front of a 30-foot secondary mound. Our next stop was Mount Locust. It was constructed in 1780 and is one of the oldest structures in Mississippi. It was a working plantation and an inn for travelers and the Natchez Trace. For 25 cents, you could get corn mush and milk, plus sleeping accommodations on the porch or the grounds. I enjoyed walking the grounds. This was the family cemetery where 5 generations of the Ferguson Chamberlain family are buried. Our next stop was Sunken Trace, a short trail through a deeply eroded section of the original trace. Hardships included heat, mosquitoes, poor food, hard beds if you could find a bed, diseases, swollen rivers, and sucking swamps. People walked 500 miles where a broken arm or leg could spell death for the lone traveler. Our next stop was the Grindstone Ford, a threshold between civilization and wilderness on the old Natchez Trace. We hiked to a dry creek bed, across which was a Grindstone Ford cemetery. Our last stop was Owens Creek. Over the years, the water table has dropped several feet, and the spring which feeds the creek has all but disappeared. We then returned back to our camper. Thanks for journeying with us. See you tomorrow.